Good morning, guys. If you remember a few years ago, I shot a video in Gary, Indiana about this group called Decay Devils that helps to bring attention to the state of Northwest Indiana's historic architecture, and they kind of want to revitalize some of those buildings and rehab them. Well, they're sponsoring a ride to preservation, a socially distanced ride in one of Gary's neighborhoods in Miller Beach, and that's where I'm headed today. All right. We are here. I'm gonna get my bike out of this car. It's one of the perks of having a huge car. I can just fit my bike in here. While we are getting set up, I feel like it's a good time to go for a quick drone play around the neighborhood.
Good morning. Thank you guys for coming out to our second bike ride this year. If you did not know, we've been doing rides since 2015. We're happy to have everyone out here this morning.
It's really part of our heritage that we live in this beautiful natural area, and these trails are part of what will allow people to experience that beauty of nature through all the seasons here.
Oh, hey there, DiscoverWithDima here. From here on out, I'm going to be narrating the rest of the video because the sound footage is totally unusable. I apologize. Now back to the story. After gathering at the meetup point, we set out on what turned out to be a 5.5-mile ride through Miller Beach, visiting the scenic nature of the Indiana Dunes, Lake Michigan, and eventually visiting Miller's historic downtown neighborhood.
If you are not familiar with the area, I like to break my rides up into a little bit of nature, a little bit of streets. Sorry. So our next stop is going to be the lakefront. So we're going to jump on a Chinook trail, stop at the bathhouse, the Pavillion.
The bike ride took us through Miller's beachfront neighborhood, which is characterized by its unique landscape on the shores of Lake Michigan, made even more interesting by the wide array of architectural styles littered throughout its streets.
Hello. Okay. Welcome to Lakefront Park. We're now in Marquette Park. We're at the Gary Bathing House, which was renamed the Aquatorium. Pieces of it had been torn down. It suffered some pretty devastating days between the 70s and the 90s. A nonprofit organization here in Miller, the Chinook Aquatorial Society, they raised a few $1 million to get this building to be back into the shape that it is right now.
So the architect is George Maher, and he did the pavilion also that we'll see in a minute. Since 1991, they've been working on it, and most of the money has come from individuals by the people of Miller. Over here is Octave Chanute, who flew the first heavier-than-air aircraft off these dunes, and it's he who instructed the Wright brothers how to create a heavier-than-air airplane.
After this, our next stop would be at the Marquette Park Pavillion, which during normal times is used to house local events, weddings, and even civic functions.
These folks have done a really good job of showing you all these wonderful trails that take us through Miller and obviously the national park. Under normal circumstances, we're usually like utilizing these trails for programs and stuff, like when it's not a pandemic.
Although the day's weather could have been more accommodating, it was still nice to get out for a breezy bike ride. After that, we rode back down to Miller's downtown neighborhood, taking a ride down their freshly paved downtown trail. So we are in Miller Beach right now. This is the community that the city of Gary annexed back in the early 20th century. It's a really interesting small beach town. There's a lot of revitalization efforts going on here. As you guys saw, there's a brand new paved trail, and this is so close to Lake Michigan, so there's so much potential here. Our last leg of the ride took us through one of the cooler parts of Miller, its back alleyways, which feature vibrant street art painted by local area artists.
Decay Devils and everybody who came out today, this is great, and this is something that the city can definitely get behind 100%.
Yeah, us too. This was pretty sweet.
It was a 5-mile ride. Very cool experience. I learned a lot about Gary, about Miller Beach, about the history, about the future. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it too. I'm gonna leave a link down to Decay Devils below. I'll link up to one of my older videos with them in the past where I've collaborated. It's just really great to see local organizations kind of bringing people together, starting a conversation, and just showcasing what this area has to offer. I plan on attending more of these in the future, and if you're in Northwest Indiana, be sure to check them out. Again, I'll leave a link down below. But as for me, I'm going to end the video right here. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. Leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, do all that things. It really does help my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one.